Hello, my friends. I am here to fulfill a request for talking in my normal voice. I hope it doesn't take you aback or scare you. Because it's more of a casual video talking in my regular voice, I'm not going to worry about the interfering sounds that I get. I get a lot from, like, for instance, my neighbor right now is going to town on some kind of project he has going in his driveway. He's a construction worker, so maybe some of those sounds don't bother some of you. But boy, when I get to doing a video, trust me, it drives me nuts. But I never say anything to him. Anyway, I don't want to talk about any heavy-duty thing. It's, the world is squabbling right now about a lot of different things, so I want to keep it light. We're not going to talk religion or politics. I am just going to share with you how I got started on my channel, what ASMR means to me, how I do my videos, just kind of a chat about the whole thing. Let's begin with how, well, I was a kid. And of course, back when I was a kid, because I'm 61 now, the ASMR was not known or understood. And in fact, at that time, people would still probably make fun of me for trying to describe the feelings and thoughts that I would have if I heard certain sounds that were pleasant to me. And of course, many of you have been telling me that you have the same one. It is the crinkling of a library book, the dust jackets, because you went to the library, or in school. For me specifically, it was my kindergarten teacher would, pull out the book and read to herself here, and then she would, make sure all the kids could see it, and that crinkling dust jacket was just wonderful. I have no early memories of the library myself, actually, but the school definitely. And what else, the kid sitting next to me in class that would be rummaging through her bag or her pencil bag or their backpack, and crinkling paper, the kid that would be ruffling through his backpack and pulls out every kind of wrinkled piece of paper, and homework can't find it, and they're smoothing it out and trying to get it in time for the teacher. So there was that. And so we would go shopping with my mother, and there was something about when people were stocking the shelves with chip bags or any kind of crinkly plastic. And then there's one other one that very, very clear memory for me when I was a child was when my mom was looking through clothes, and she'd be with the hangers. A lot of people hate that sound. It's screechy to some, but for me, I was going, oh, I love it, because it was the plastic clatter against, one hanger against another. And so I just loved it. And why I would get transfixed and it would make me sleepy standing there, I don't know. And I don't think we still quite understand it scientifically, but we're getting there. We're starting to understand it. So I had all those memories. But in future years, other things that I just didn't understand, they weren't so much part of my childhood memories, but they were still pleasant sounds to me, like typing. And of course, the sound of somebody playing a video game and the click, clack, click, clack. Well, I might have heard that somewhere in my life or in my childhood, but somewhere along the line it became a good memory for me and a pleasant association with loved ones. And that's theoretical as to why we like certain sounds, but there doesn't have to be any particular reason. You like what you like. I like the sound of gravel. I like the sound of big wheel bicycles on a road, you know, when kids would play, and that just that gritty sound, you know. So there's just a million and one things that we could listen to that we have a pleasant association with. And for me in particular, I have a couple that really are hard to get across a video. It would be a low-flying Cessna airplane, or a distant chainsaw. It's just super nostalgic, but when I hear it, I melt, because it just has so much pleasant association. So, well, anyway, so I love the sound of typing, and my husband. Okay, so all these years later, well, let me go back just a little bit. In my mid 30s and 40s, I was really kind of starting to get an attachment to sounds and wanting to have them be around me. And so my ex-husband would say, "Oh my goodness, Rebecca, you got like 100 things that make you sleepy." And I'm like, yeah, can't help it. 100 things that make me, more than 100 things that make me sleepy. And I always, you know, wished that my husband would just sit in bed and turn pages. You know, I love the sound of that. But you can't make another human being sit there and do that for you. But I was lucky enough that here, just 3.5, 4 years ago, my present husband got into this video game that caused him to have to type. And he only had to type 2 keys. But that was it. Oh my goodness. And I did a video of it, actually, of him playing the game. Only in my video, he actually finally has a controller instead of having to use a keyboard. But I love both sounds, the controller. So he, at some point, he was just playing this every night, and I was in heaven. I'm like, "Jerry, please play your game, please." So I just sat there and just melted while he played the game, and I'd fall asleep. I would fall asleep. And so then he decided to quit, and I went, "No, I need that sound." I was getting addicted, which is why my channel name is called Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction, because if you got to have an addiction, this is a good one. It doesn't hurt anybody, and it doesn't hurt you, unless of course it takes over your whole life, but I doubt that does that with anybody. But anyway, so I was so frustrated and sad when he quit that. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I never watched the internet. I just didn't have any reason or use to. I wasn't even hardly aware of social media. Years ago I had MySpace, and then everybody turned to Facebook, and I dabbled a little bit with that, but otherwise I just didn't even have a cell phone, except in later years when I started to want to text, because my kids were texting, and that, that's what they were going to do. I was going to do that. So I got a phone that allowed me to type the letters in, and then all of a sudden I've got internet access on my phone. Never used it. I just rarely ever used it, except to find the meaning of a word occasionally. So outside of texting, that was it. So then I'm going, okay, typing. There's got to be a typing sound on the internet somewhere, because they have to do this for Hollywood all the time, right? So I type in typing sounds, and I'm going, what is this? What is this? And it's not just typing sounds, but it's going on for 20 minutes, and it's called ASMR. So that was about 4 years ago, approximately. I've had my channel for about 3.5 years now, I think. So when I saw that, I was so happy. I was so happy. And I'm just listening to these typing videos over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden I thought, well, if they have typing, they've got to have other sounds, right? So I'm searching frantically for crinkling paper. And I found a guy who was turning the pages of a water damaged magazine. And I was very excited about that. But there wasn't enough, and they weren't lasting very long. Everyone only had like 15 minutes, and I'm, falling asleep, and then I'm waking up because it's over. It's like, hey now. And then the more I did research, the more I saw that there were people who were really focused on doing the face and being sweet and saying all these things to people. And honestly, I couldn't relate to that style of ASMR, so I was becoming actually frustrated that I couldn't find just the sounds of people living as opposed to a voice or a face. I didn't want a face or a voice in my videos that I listened to because it spoiled it for me, because that wasn't the person that I knew, and it was a distraction to me because the only voice I wanted to hear was a voice that I was familiar with. It didn't occur to me later that I could actually get familiar with a voice of somebody who's a stranger, like some of you have with me. But so back then, when I first started out, I didn't even mean to actually start a channel. Honest to God, I did not mean to start this channel. I thought in my frustration, I am going to make a video that has the sounds that are exactly what I want to hear. And I thought, who knows better what I want to hear than I do? So I started out making a few videos, and of course they were trash because I didn't know anything about how to make a quality video. Still not sure I'm 100% sure how to make a great quality video, because I really just use very simple equipment and I'm not high tech. But I was still eventually getting the sounds that I wanted, and it was for me. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. Pardon me, but it just that wasn't how it started. Honestly, I was making videos for myself, and I'm going, okay, so I'm not tech savvy at all. How do I do this? And so I'm on YouTube, and I've got a video done, and I'm putting it up there, and it's cheesy, it's not even great, but it's long, and it's got a lot of the sounds that I like. And it gave you a choice to either make it private, premiere, or automatic, or there was just public. There was all these different choices, and I'm going, no clue. I did not know the difference between one setting and another, so I just posted it publicly so that I would be able to see it immediately. And that was because I had a cell phone that had hardly any gigabytes, I guess you call it, space on it to maintain or hold a video to watch, and I wanted it to be on my phone so it could be next to me by my bed, right? So what better than to actually utilize YouTube and just have it play back to me for me? It just baffled me. I didn't understand a thing about it. Old school and just not tech savvy. So when a comment came across, because apparently, if you don't choose a certain setting when you're putting up YouTube videos, it goes to default. And so comments were allowed, and I got comments, and then I actually got likes, and I'm going, wait, what is this? And I mean, it really shocked me. It really shocked me. Yet it pleased me too. I was going, there's other people like me who like this. You know, I mean, it was pleasant. It was a pleasant feeling knowing that I could actually connect to somebody else who liked things done the way that I did, especially because I couldn't find the kind of videos on YouTube that I like. And I can't say that enough, I guess, because I've repeated myself several times now. So then, oh my gosh, I was just like 100 likes, 50 subscribers. What in the world? Maybe I should keep going. Maybe I should just keep trying to learn and get a little bit better. And that's what I did. I kept going and going and got a little bit better and a little bit better. And I bought books. I bought a book called YouTube for Dummies. And I got a book. Oh gosh, it was another one. Can't remember the name of it. But I also subscribed to a channel called Daryl Eves, and he just had a lot of great advice for people starting out with a YouTube channel. And he doesn't know anything about ASMR per se, but he knows YouTube inside and out. Daryl Eves. And so yeah, that was a great help. And the learning curve, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I did cry, and I bugged my husband for help here and there, but he didn't know a whole lot more than I did, so I found myself on my own quite a bit. I did not bug other YouTube artists and ask and ask and ask, how do I do this? How do I do this? You can do that, and I've helped a few people just get basics started because I'm not in any way a professional. I am happy to help anybody out with questions that they've got, but I'm not the one to emulate necessarily unless you just really love what I'm doing. So my granddaughter came along, and of course she's young, so she knew to tell me, okay, Grandma, now you got to get a microphone that has okay, see, I'm not tech savvy. I'm trying to, you know, where the sound's on the left and the right, spacing it out right now, but I didn't get quite that kind of a microphone. I didn't want to do exactly what the other artists were doing, where they were talking over here and then talking over here, and I don't have memories of that. That's not pleasant sounds to me. To me, it's just straightforward. You're making the sounds that I find are pleasant and I remember, and I don't remember any sounds being super loud right in my ear, and no one ever ate and made mouth sounds in my ear either. If they did, they were getting it, because I hated when people ate with their mouth open and they made these mucky sounds in my presence. No offense to anybody, because that's their trigger, just not mine. So I just didn't, you know, the main thing that happened to me was that I was being true to myself on my channel. I just wanted to make the videos that I could relate to. And eventually then I did find a microphone that I thought was suitable for me. And you know, a lot of artists will just throw out the information of everything they use. And that's so admirable. And I'm happy to share anything you want to know about what I use, except my microphone, because I do believe that's what makes me, partly what makes me original, apart from just the individual that I am. And that's important to remember, that, you know, it's not that important whether, you know, I have the right microphone or not. or that you do, because actually you in a channel you're selling your sounds and you're selling yourself to some degree, which I learned the hard way. Nevertheless, my microphone will remain my trade secret, and I don't want to make anybody mad. It's not a snobbery thing. It's just a matter of keeping an edge, because this is a business. And if you want to, I can advise you that you do not have to spend a ton of money. Amazon has a lot of different microphones to choose from, and I'm sure that so many of them are good. But I'm sticking with what I've got, and I don't, you know, there's a lot of copycats out there, and, you know, happy for you to try to do things the same way that I do. But I don't want you to sound, look, and act and everything exactly the same as me. Because you can't anyway, really. But so good luck if you want to start a channel. Oh, and that's another thing too. A lot of people tell me that they are afraid to start a channel because of the flack that artists and anyone who is out there in the limelight is going to get from somebody from time to time. It was just a little while ago that I made a video where I was cooking macaroni and cheese, and I'm looking at this milk bottle that I've got, you know, to add to the macaroni, and it was so funny because I hadn't noticed before, but the milk bottle itself was dented way in on the bottom, and there was a sticker that was completely on the wrong side of the bottle. It was so wonky, you know. And I just wasn't even thinking about it, and I hardly thought about it during editing, but I called the bottle retarded. Big faux pas, I have to say, and even now I think about it, that is not kosher, not cool to use that word even on an inanimate object. But I had a gal, you know, really that was very upset with me because I was not apologetic to her because she was personally offended by that word. But I did fix the video later because I found out actually through that experience that there is an editing device on YouTube even after you've uploaded it. And I was going, oh good, because you know, honestly, you don't want to get involved in a YouTube channel unless you're made of some stern stuff, because there's a lot of criticism. If you don't see it on my channel, it's because I'm quite a stickler about comments and I watch them as much as I can. I'm sorry if someone else has come against you in your comment or replied to you in an unkind way and I didn't get to it, but I try to delete the ones that are off color, off base, and critical, because ASMR should be peaceful. And but seriously, that's just a bit of advice that I would give you, is that if you want to start a YouTube channel, be prepared for criticism, because the minute you make a mistake, people are on you, and they will, and they're not forgiving. Well, a lot of people are forgiving, but some just, you know, if you don't do it right, that's too bad, too sad. They're gonna unsubscribe, and I definitely can't please everybody, and everybody knows that we can't please everybody. So I just didn't even think about that. I had such a burning desire to make videos for myself at first and then start making videos for everybody else that I just stopped worrying about whether I was pleasing everybody or not. And I mean, I stopped worrying enough to where I could continue. I still have a very sensitive and when people criticize me, I'm just like, oh, this hurts. It does hurt when you are working so hard to please people and someone finds something to gripe about at you. Especially because, you know, my heart God knows my heart, and it is actually to bring joy to people's lives and to make the world somewhat of a better place while I'm in it. Which is part of the reason why I was very suited to the job that I was doing when I started my channel. When I started my channel, I was a bus attendant for special needs children. And before that, for quite a while, I've been in retail and service, but before that, then I was also doing caregiving for elderly and infirmed people. And yeah, so most of you know that my heart is really good towards people, and especially very compassionate towards people that are suffering. I'm honest as I can possibly be on my videos. Also want to let you know that, of course, life isn't as sweet and as cherry and roses and butterflies as I present on my channel. I asked my kids one time, I said, so am I lying to people? Am I misrepresenting? And they said, no, Mom, no. You really are like this in bits and pieces. And we all get to experience that. But it's just not every day. Like your videos come 3 days a week, and we don't all get to experience that all the time. And I was like, yeah, that's true. You know, if I'm baking in the kitchen, that's how it really is in my kitchen, but it just may not be as quiet or well lit or whatever, you know. So I have so much fun with my channel. It is so much fun to create. Absolutely love brainstorming and coming up with ideas that are especially leaning towards nostalgia. So what I do is my husband is the one who suggested that I get a microphone stand. So I have a stand with it's a stand with a tripod on the bottom. I'm not going to show pictures because I know you can figure this out for yourself if you want to get on Amazon, and I can actually put some links at the bottom of this video for the microphone stand, and the arm comes way out over your subject matter and yourself so that your microphone will be close enough to your mouth or your subject matter. And then I have another microphone stand in which I attach a little arm that pivots, and it holds my cell phone. My cell phone is all that I film with. It's an iPhone 12. I started out with the iPhone 6. That's what I was filming with my very first videos. Then I went to an iPhone XR, and then I moved on to an iPhone 12. Now I use the iPhone 12 with 512 gigabytes so that I can just keep like endless videos going and editing and stuff. I edit with my iPhone 12. I film with my own iPhone 12. I do not use it as a phone. It is just a work piece, and it was $1,700, I think. I was able to afford that after so much time with the channel, and I was happy about that, so that my videos are a little bit better quality if I can figure out how to do it right, you know. So I have that stand that with the little arm that attaches to the other arm, so it goes up and out, and here's a little handle, and that holds my cell phone, and I can position it anywhere I want, up or down. Right now it's just kind of up so it can look downward at me, and that's because I don't want anyone to see my double chin. You never point a camera underneath you because then you're going to get the worst view. Okay, yeah, so I only have nails on one hand today because the other ones fell off. I was making videos with my granddaughter Avery, and they just didn't last. The press-ons, that's another thing I do too. I was going to the salon for a little while to dress up these terrible horrible natural nails that I've got. And I just love them. I love them. And the acrylics were so fun. But after about 6 months of them being on with no breathing, my nails were a wreck after I finally took them off. And I was, whoa, whoa. And then COVID came along and really inspired me to start doing acrylic nails by the company Kiss, which I'm sure many of you heard of. And they work great. I glue them on, and I've done videos like that where I just glue the nails on and show you how I do it. And they last approximately 2 weeks. So I do as many videos as I can within the time span that my nails are actually on. So my videos are not in real time. If you see it loaded up on a Wednesday, I didn't make the video that day. I doubt there are any YouTube artists that actually upload their video the same day unless they're doing a premiere or a live stream or that kind of thing. But because you can make a video and it usually takes some time and investment to edit that afterwards, so it rarely is going to come up on the same day. So I developed a scheme for myself to make things easier so I don't burn out, and this is kind of a trade secret that I'm letting out. While I've got my nails on, I will just video for days in a row. And then I just let all of those video parts and pieces sit on my phone. And then when my nails are just worn out and I just got no life in them, or I'm tired, then I will stop. And then I will take all of those videos one at a time. I'll take my nails off then, because you need your hands have got to have some rest. Your nail beds have to have rest. I don't know about air necessarily. You should take them off and give your nails, natural nails, a rest. So I give my nail beds about a week and a half to 2 weeks sometimes of just no nails on. And during that time when I'm not doing videos, I will edit, and I will catch up on my housework, or I will, oh gosh, there's a million different things that I do, because making the video, what am I trying to say? It does take time and effort, because there's, okay, well, let's just start over. I put my nails on, I make my videos. Then the next week, I'm editing and doing housework and catching up. Then in the next week, see, I'm not really even taking time off, because the week after that, then I will be taking notes and planning what my next videos are going to be. And then there's uploading to YouTube. So my videos are probably all about 2 weeks in advance. And usually it still works out time-wise, because the weather or whatever the season is, they overlap pretty good. So I might make a Christmas video in November, for example, at the end of November, and it'll upload in December. So, but you know, the weather can be very Christmas and snowy and stuff, even in, you know, the end of November. Okay, I'm beating a dead horse here, but you understand that my videos are not in real time. Also, let's talk about this too. I don't have the kind of equipment that allows me to do an activity and talk at the same time. I do kind of, I mean, I can, and I've made several of those, but I have so many people who started requesting the whispering and the soft spoken that I thought, I got to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, because I'm not going to repeat the same video with no talking that I just made with talking, some things you can't do over again. For example, opening a box of gifts from somebody. Usually those are the ones that I don't have a no talking version for. But just recently I got a request to please do a gift opening without talking. I said, okay, how do I do this? Well, I have to then make the video without any vocals. You can't take vocals out of a video. You have to add them. So I do the whole video and act in it. I act out what I would be saying by pointing out this or that and looking like I'm reading the words of something, because I want it to be authentic, because it is. I mean, when I'm opening up gifts but I'm not talking, I'm thinking. And so I'm making the hand motions like someone who's a pantomime, you know, of what I'd be saying if I could say it out loud. So that later then I will act out in a voiceover what I had been thinking at the time, or reading, or whatever the case may be. And it's amazing because the authenticity that I can exude, even though it's a voiceover, because I'm sitting there watching the video. So it's like I'm there and I recall everything that happened and everything I thought during the first take with no talking, if that makes any sense. And so this was something that I developed in order to accommodate the group of people that were like me, that preferred no voice, and the group of people who liked whispering and soft-spoken, and I did that for them. And so, yeah, it quickly became a habit, and honestly, I have to say, I enjoy the acting. It's become fun for me. Maybe if in another lifetime I could have been an actress, but who knows? Who cares? I didn't never have any real genuine interest in it, but I am enjoying it now. So, though I'm not a whispering, soft-spoken aficionado, no, is that the right word? Or somebody who just seeks that. I don't seek that out. I don't very much enjoy hearing people speak or whisper in a video. And then oftentimes, actually, I will just put the phone down and listen. The content and its beauty helps, I think. And so that was where the word beautiful came from for the title of my channel. Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR was kind of a reference. The word beautiful was a reference to how I was trying to create beautiful scenes in each of my videos, but it was also in reference to my addiction, because it's a beautiful addiction. So my husband says, don't put that word in your title. And I was like, no, it's me. It's genuine. I'm sorry if you don't like the fact that I'm talking about addiction. Addiction is a real thing in life, and usually it's negative. But for the first time, I came across an addiction that is positive, you know. It's just something that you can't get enough of. And so I would like to dispel the negativity of that. Yeah, it's my beautiful addiction. And it is now, even, because now making videos is my beautiful addiction. And I just enjoy it. I still enjoy it so much. And as soon as I get done making videos, and as soon as I get done with my voiceovers and uploading everything, and I go, let's rest now, then my wheels start turning, and then inevitably I'm making notes for the next videos, and my husband's going, you never rest, you never sit still. And I'm like, I know, it's like, you know, okay, I'll give an example. When I was young and I had kids, and there was just, you know, so much energy and life and friendships and stuff going on, you know, I entertained a lot, and I had people come to the house, and I fed my family. There was so much activity and meaning and joy, so that allowed me to be creative because I was cooking for everybody and I was entertaining and all the, that's living, that's life. And so where I'm at right now and the place that I am in my life, I don't get to be near my family. And so this, all of a sudden, this creative outlet is given to me and I'm going, hey, I don't have to just take care of people like I was doing on the bus, with the special needs children, though I loved them and I did end up retiring. But this creative outlet lets me feel like I'm actually entertaining again, like I'm bringing people into my home and giving them a moment of peacefulness and quiet and serenity. And that's what I used to give to people when they came to my house. Oh, and also I had a gift shop a long time ago. It was a country gift shop. And people would just come in there and go, oh, the smell and the music that was playing and just the sounds and the sights of a cozy, beautiful country store. But it also kind of looked like a house as well. So I laugh because I think I can't get away from it. I will always be the kind of person who wants to have somebody come in, rest, be at ease, let me take care of you. It's just this nurturing person, it's just like, that's my goal. And it became that, especially after, when I started my channel, it was for me. And then when I saw that people liked that, I thought, oh, an opportunity to entertain and to, make people feel comforted and at ease and, and then through the beginning, through time and experience with my channel, then I started to realize that there were a lot of people who experience anxiety. And my husband is one of them who really, we went through a lot of that together. So when I realized that a lot of the people who were attracted to ASMR and could use it as therapy, I was just like, oh, well, since I dealt with this so much with my husband and stuff, then it's just like a double blessing to be able to actually help others deal with their anxiety like I did my husband, and then also to welcome and comfort and put at ease the people that come see me. You guys come and see me. That's what's beautiful about it. And I wish that it was real life. I wish I had a revolving front door and I could just have you walk into my home rather than actually just watch a video, but it's not feasible. And so, hundreds or thousands of people, definitely beyond my scope of ability. So, videos it is. And gosh, I'm trying to think what else related to a YouTube channel that I wanted to tell you. How I do it. That's how I got started. I've told you that much, how I got started. And I've told you kind of how I do it. I forgot to tell you, a simple light. Lighting is important. And actually, one of the things I read in the YouTube for Dummies, I think it was in that one. I forget where I read it, but just read as much as you can because there's information online. You don't have to keep bugging the other artists. How do you do this? How do you do that? Look it up, Google it yourself and find out, how do I film hands-free? Well, I have a harness. I wear it, and I connect my iPhone to it. Google it. Google harness for iPhone. There's a wealth of information out there. Do your research and just do your own work. I'm not trying to tell you to be mean. I'm just saying, if you're inspired, do your research, do your homework. And I'm happy to help as much as I can, but I don't have time to keep helping each individual and giving all my information away. But I have told you I use an iPhone 12. I have 2 microphone stands, 2 different kinds. One's a boom stand and one's just a microphone stand. I also have a ring light. It's what's giving me light right now on my face. And Google ring light. It's just a donut, you know, with a light. And sometimes it's really frustrating to not get the information that you need, but don't give up. Keep trying. I wasn't inspired to start this channel because of popularity or any of that. I think it's exciting that I'm nearing 100,000, and I hear that there's going to be some kind of gift or something that YouTube will give me, and I'll be excited to share with you if they do send that to me, and if I actually make it to 100,000, which according to my analytics looks like I might get there. Never dreamed that this would happen to me. So the other thing that I would say is that, you know, don't, and what I want to tell my, you know, my grandchildren as well, who just look at me with googly eyes and go, Grandma, or even my children who say, Mom, look at you, wow, you know, and I notice a lot of this happens, you know, even when I was young. I was looking at movie stars and just going, oh, I want to be a movie star one day, you know, and just, it's like, why? Well, because I want to be popular, I want to be loved, I want all the, that's fine and it's fun and there's an aspect of that, but if you don't love making films and creating, don't do it. If you have to sacrifice other people's well-being in your lives and your family and your loved ones or your self-care or things like that in order to start a channel because you want to be loved or well-known, don't do it. But if you love to create and you've got a burning desire, wait until things are settled in your life and you have a situation that's ideal for filming, and also just to have enough of a burning desire to do the research, and also to recognize whether you have a gift toward creativity. A lot of people that I've seen who are fledgling channels, I recognize a gift, but I've seen that other people don't have a clue and they think that they're doing great, but they're not. And so feedback from other people, definitely, it matters. If you aren't getting a lot of views and you are not getting a lot of complimentary comments, think twice. So, you know, it was like when I had kids, I had 4 kids that I raised. One was a stepchild, and I had 2 kids that could sing like songbirds, and I had 2 kids that could not sing. I wish that I had handled it better and not told the other 2, you can't sing. But they couldn't, and they wanted to pursue a career in singing, and to this day they can't sing. Not well, but for themselves. I mean, what I'm trying to encourage you to do is actually get feedback from other people as an adult. No, a poor child, can't, I should have encouraged them to sing. And they would have found out later, but I would have told them, if I could do it over again, ask other people what they think about what you're doing. And you will get honest feedback if you really want to know. So, if you don't absolutely have a burning desire and you don't love it and you don't enjoy the heck out of doing what you're doing, yeah, not trying to discourage anybody. In fact, I'm trying to encourage people to give it a try, but do your homework. You know, it's like anything in life. You have to be willing to go for it. And the odd thing is, though I had no computer literacy to speak of, I actually wanted this bad enough once I got started to learn. And boy, I'm telling you what, you know, you got to be willing to go through the tears and the frustration. And that's even just as far as I got. I can't even imagine how somebody like GB or, you know, Marie at Gentle Whispers, you know, they're so advanced and so good at what they do. They've got teams, they've got all this money and effort put into what they do, and I'm just like, you know, just sitting here having fun doing what I love, you know, with the minimal amount of money. And that's something else to talk about. My husband was retired for a while. I had a woman get on to comments and get just furious at me because she felt I was asking for money like I didn't have any, and just believed that I didn't really care about whatever she was going through. And I felt so hurt by her accusations, because she had found something online that reveals a YouTuber's income, and it was high at the time that she was looking at it, and that was because my husband had been working at a job and we were making decent money. So the analytics or the statistics that she was reading were correct for like a year ago. And so just a little while back, we were really having some financial difficulty because my husband was retired and we were trying to live off of my income, which just isn't enough for a whole household. So for requests, when I got on there and said that I was open for requests, I mentioned that if you wanted me to fulfill a request, you could please just help me out with the supplies, send me the things that I could actually make your video with, and mentioned that I have a tip jar on my for PayPal underneath my descriptions, and she got really irate and thought that I was begging, and I was like, no, that wasn't the case. I was asking for some help to fulfill your requests. And a few people have done that, and I really appreciate it. Whether I'm making money or not, it's just nice and thoughtful if you want your request to be fulfilled, not to pay me for it, because I do those for free, but if you have the means, you could send me the supplies. That's not uncommon or unheard of, you know. It's like, especially if you're asking for something that's going to be quite expensive. So most things don't, you know, so I already got the supplies around the house, or I enjoy going to thrift shops and finding the stuff. So yeah, so the good news, and the reason why I said all that was because, and if she's listening, I hope she is, my husband did get his job back just recently, and we are doing so much better financially. And the thing about having a regular job where you're under somebody's authority is they usually provide insurance, and yay, we've got health insurance again, and so I'm quite relieved about that. And I've been out on a spending spree just buying all these supplies for videos and video requests and stuff. And so I'm really excited about the next videos that I have coming out. There's a lot. Just things that, and I love requests, by the way. I'm not taking requests right now. I will get on and do this with you face to face and announce when requests are open again. And unfortunately, the request box fills up so fast that I've got 24 like that, and it takes me almost a year to do 24 requests. I'm trying to do a little better this year to get it done faster. because I have fun with those. It's such a challenge. Some of them are hard, but anyway, if you have some burning desire for something you'd like me to do, but it's not open for requests, which it isn't right now, then go ahead and just put it in my ear as a suggestion. And if I just love it so much, and I don't have to bother with a dedication, and I don't have to bother with tracking who it's for and putting a dedication and all that. I love all that other stuff because it's special and it's unique, and I can give credit to the person whose idea it was. But I love suggestions as well. Just give me your ideas if you don't mind whether I've acknowledged you or not, or if you don't mind, you know, if it doesn't get done. So, and then just hold on to that idea if you want it to be more special than that, and wait for my next announcement when requests are open. Okay, if you have any more questions about anything that I've said regarding my YouTube channel, please ask me in comments and I'll answer your questions. I think that's it. See, we went through my childhood, how I became attracted to ASMR, then how my husband, and then I told you kind of how it evolved. I told you about voiceovers. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that there is to tell you. I'm just really happy to be here to serve you, but I'm also happy to make a little money doing what I'm doing. So I can't please everybody all the time, but I'm happy for those of you who support me and care about me, and I do my best to care about you in return. Even some of you I've gotten to know, and I love you so much, even those that I don't know. And I will sign off now and just wish you joy, happiness, tingles, love, 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 peace of mind. Okay, until we meet again, bye-bye for now.